Welcome to day 17 of our school year. Our beginning fraction. Our denominator is our total amount of school days, and our total amount of school days happens to be 180. And our numerator is 17, how many school days we've currently completed or are in. Let's find the factors of our numerator, which is 17. Two factors we always know are 1 and the number itself. Using the commutative property of multiplication, I do 17 times 1. Now I'm going to go and check my possible factors by using my divisibility rules, and I'm going to go in an orderly fashion. That means I'm going to go in order of the numbers. So after 1 I try 2. The rule for 2 is that it ends in an even number. 7 is odd, so 2 is not a factor. And if 2 is not a factor, no even number will be. So I don't have to worry about any of the even numbers, just the odd ones now. The rule for 3 is that we add the digits together. 1 plus 7 equals 8. 8 is not a multiple of 3, so 3 is not a factor. We try the next odd number, which is 5. The rule for 5 is that it ends in a 0 or 5. It ends in a 7, so 5 is not a factor. Retry 7. The multiples of 7 are 7, 14, 21. 17 is not in that list, so 7 is not a factor. We try 9. The rule for the 9 is the same as for 3. We add the digits together, we get 8. 8 is not a multiple of 9, so 9 is not a factor. We try 11. 11, 22. 17 is not in that list. We try 13. 13, 26. No, 17 is not in that list. We try 15. 15, 30. No, 17 is not at that list. And then we get to 17. Now if we checked on the prime number sieve, we would have seen that yes, 17 is prime. So anytime that we're going along and it's getting closer and closer to the actual number and we're not finding other factors, we can always check to see if it's prime. Because we have exactly two factors, one in the number itself, so it is prime. So we just want to see if 17 works. If 17 doesn't, then our groups will be 1. Remember when you're making your groups that you need to make sure there's 17 in each group and that the shaded are separated from the unshaded. Okay, let's see. So find different strategies to make your 17. Does not matter. I'm using just ideas of adding to get to the number. So I have 7 here, plus 5 is 12, plus 5 more will make it 17. These are 7, 14, 15, 16, 17, 7, 14, let's see, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and it looks like I have 10 left over. Since I have 10 left over, that means 17 did not work, and 1 is our greatest common factor, so let's go ahead and make our groups of 1. Done. Each square is its own group of 1. So how many total groups of 1 do we have? We have 180. How many are shaded in? 17. We still want to prove it with our algorithm. Okay, so here we're dividing into groups of 1. One times 100 is 100. Or numbers the same, 0 is a game, more on top, no need to stop. 8 times 1 is 8. 80 times 1 is 80. Numbers the same, 0 is a game, so our remainder is 0. 1 times 10 is 10. More on top, no need to stop. Numbers the same, 0 is a game. 7 times 1 is 7. Numbers the same, 0 is a game. Okay. We have a remainder of 0. We add up our partial quotients. 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 plus 8 is 8. And then 1. 10 plus 7 is 17. Now we're going to check. Divisor times quotient plus remainder. Divisor times quotient plus remainder. Since our remainder is 0, and that is the identity property of addition that says when you add 0 it stays the same, we don't need to. But what we have right here is actually the identity property of multiplication that says when you multiply by 1 it stays the same. So we have two identity properties going on here. Okay, 180 matches our dividend. 17 matches our dividend, so they both check. And our fraction is definitely 17 over 180. Now it's time to go ahead and fill in our data collection page. Okay, trimester 1, week 4. Today's date is 8/30/19. And our fraction for today is 17 180th. 17 is a prime number and it is not a factor of 180, so our only common factor is 1. And since our common factor is 1 and we made groups of 1, you don't have to get out your number line because it's already there. 17 180th is right there. Nothing lines up below it, so it is in its simplest form. Okay, now we do not have school on Monday, so we're going to put an X on Mondays for Labor Day. So we will be starting trimester 1, week 5, but we will be back on Tuesday, which is 9/3/19. So that's when we'll be back, is on Tuesday. No school on Monday. Okay, make sure you put that number line away, erase your worksheet, and thank you for joining me.